Welcome to the series where I test out the OSRS Wiki money-making guides. I started this series almost a year ago, and since then we've tried out multiple methods even if they're a little silly, such as picking bananas or even flax. If you enjoy these types of videos, then feel free to check out the playlist that I've made for them, and feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments for a method that you'd like to see tested. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's video, we'll be taking a look at a moneymaker that has no requirements whatsoever, and that is picking up the fish that are dropped here in this area. This is a pretty popular spot since this is a good fishing method, and there's a fire nearby so you can cook the fish if you want to. So as for the gear setup, you don't need anything, but I am wearing my graceful outfit since it will help out since we are going to be running back and forth, picking up fish and coming back to the bank. Now as for where I'm at right now, I'm currently at Edgeville, and the spot that we're going to is south of here. I'll show you on the map. As you can see here on the world map, if we go south, there are 2 fishing spots, and that is where we are headed. Keep in mind that you might have to hop around a little bit to find a world where people are fishing, and there's no competition of, somebody picking up fish along with you. With that being said, we can now start the 1 hour of picking up the salmon and trout. I know I have the Runescape, and I could just teleport to my house after picking up the fish to take a sip from the Ornate Rejuvenation Pool and teleport to Edgeville, but I feel like if you have that, you're probably not going to be doing this moneymaker. But you know what, you might be, because I have it and here I am. Now originally I was going to do a fishing for monkfish video, but I was looking at the prices of these trout and salmon, and for whatever reason the trout is overpriced right now. Compared to salmon, it's worth quite a bit more than what I expected today. So we're going to see if we can make quite a bit of money from just picking up these fish. If you're doing this moneymaker, you probably don't have that many resources to begin with. I'm not going to be using like stamina potions or anything that rejuvenates the stamina. So whenever this hits 0, we will be walking for quite a bit. Like I said before, the trout is actually worth more than the salmon right now for whatever reason. But the salmon still spawns on top, and I don't feel like right-clicking for every piece of trout that I pick up. Also, whenever I was looking for a world to do this moneymaker, I went to the most popular free-to-play world, and while there was a bunch of people there, I think there were already people picking up the fish and using it on the fire there to get their cooking XP up, which is a pretty good idea. So I didn't use that world just because all the fish were being picked up faster than I could click on them. It's basically whoever has pit gets all the fish. So I recommend hopping a couple worlds until you find a world where people aren't really congested in that area, or they're not just picking up all the fish and either cooking it or doing what I'm doing and taking it to the bank. But if I'm being perfectly honest, you're probably better off just fishing the fish for yourself. You get fishing XP, and then of course you can cook it on the fire if you want, and then you can bank it if you truly want to, but the meta here is just to drop all the fish you get. You're not really here for the money. This is more of a XP type of deal. I wonder if these people are going to say anything. They see somebody with a max cape just picking up all their fish. After about 15 minutes, there is no more fish, so I'm not going to pause the timer. I'm going to let it keep going, because obviously when you do this, you are going to run into this problem occasionally. So if any of these people could drop some fish, that'd be great. Okay, this warrior is cooking the fish. There we go. There's some fish. And once again, I'm left with 1 empty space. I think it's because they have the fishing rod in one of the hands. Actually, no, there should be 2, because it's the fly fishing rod and then the feathers that you need to catch the fish. I've been here for so long and they haven't dropped the fish. I'm so tempted to just take one of the cooked version. You know what? I'm gonna take the cooked version. Whatever. I'm not gonna wait here for 1 tiny fish. Now, I could hop worlds, but the only problem with that is that I run the risk of... Well, essentially, I miss out on a minute of loot, I think, because even if there's fish on the ground whenever I spawn in there, it won't be shown to me because I just logged in there. If you really do plan on doing this as a moneymaker, you might be able to cooperate with the people that are fishing there. Maybe instead of, them having to drop each individual piece and you having to pick up each individual piece, maybe you can work out some sort of agreement that whenever they have a full inventory, they can just trade it over to you. That way, whenever they trade it, all they have to do is, of course, open up the trade window, right-click all on the trout and salmon, and then good to go. I think it benefits both parties. It appears that we have another champion cooking the food. I hope he's fishing. I really hope he's fishing and he's not just here to pick up the fish like I am. That's gonna eat into my profits. There's only room for one of us here. I think they should make this into a PvP zone. That way if you have competition, you're free to take them out. So luckily it appears that there's more fishermen, because there's definitely a lot more fish on the ground now. So I guess there is room for the both of us. I just want to take a second to thank all the brave fishermen that have come and gone here in the past hour. I could not have done this without you. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to get back in time before the timer runs out, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it there. Let's go ahead and look at our loot. 1 cooked salmon. So 78k shown here in the price checker, but since trout are selling for a little bit higher, I think we'll be able to make some money today. A little bit of extra money. So yeah, see, market price is 61, but let's go ahead and throw them in there for at least 120, essentially doubling our profits. And they still all sold instantly, which is fantastic. Salmon, nothing too crazy. Put them in there for a normal price. Our 1 cooked salmon. There we go, they're all sold. And not bad. In 1 hour of picking up fish, literally no requirements, you're just scavenging, picking up the fish that people don't want. And yeah, 114k from that, so not bad. No requirements whatsoever, pretty chill, pretty easy, easy money. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and maybe even a subscription. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode.